Well, we just gonna have to rock it like this till I figure it out. Give me 1 second. I gotta grab something. I was not prepared. I had people coming to the door I wasn't expecting. Nyla, oh no, my dog does not want to be over here with me or over here until she see me come over here. Then all of a sudden, here she go, all up in the way. Oh, y'all, I'm so sorry. I was ill prepared as usual. Leave it to me. Hey, my darling. Hey, boy dogs. Ruby girl, thanks for coming back in. I tried to make it go landscape, and it says change in advanced settings, which I thought I had already did. You know, I don't know about this Zule Bling adhesive. I've been using it here and there, but my brush is all hard, and I kept it in the refrigerator and stuff. Hey, Gwen. Y'all, I didn't put my glasses on. I can't see. Miss Gwendolyn. Where did I put my glasses is $1,000,000 question. And then on top of my head because I got a hat on. Grab my eyeballs, girls. You know what I did with my glasses? Lord, I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached. So I go into my drawer. Because look, check these out, guys. I didn't want to take them off. I'm like, so I go in the drawer and get the things for Earlene over here. And all of my nails is jumbled up 12 ways from Sunday. I don't know how they managed to get that way. Around here, the good Lord only knows the answer to that one. But see, from Red Iguana are these faux nail beds. See, middle, thumb, ring. And I try to buy them when she's having her sale. And they're labeled for, you know, the corresponding finger. My hand is not from Red Iguana. My hand is $40 hand off of Amazon. Because I ain't got $200-300 to spend on a hand. That ain't never, ever, ever going to happen. As long as I'm raising kids anyway. Thank you. I know, girl. I just love them. I'm like, yeah, no. I ain't ready to part with these. I just posted them a little bit ago because I just really got them finished like an hour ago. I used the Diamond Black from Eno Couture when I got one of them scoops. Well, and he still got his acrylics on there. If y'all go in there and look, the colored acrylics, he's got a whole gang of them for $1 a piece. These actually ended up being 75 cents each once I got over into the to the checkout. And it's black, diamond, and I don't remember what. Well, you know, there's not names on them, so I'd have to go and look. But it's like a nudish pink color. Me and my bright ideas, I decided I was going to cut my bangs, and it took longer. Well, I ended up kind of making a thicker bang than what I already had, because when I seen the AI picture, I'm like, ooh, her bangs look good. Of course, mine ain't looking like that, but they look good nevertheless, but it took too doggone long. So I put these faux nail beds on here. Oops, I got 2 in that one. So have you guys heard of like Young Nail's slick pour system? Anybody ever used it? Had anything to do with it? So let me cut these down a tad. Okay, so you know how they do slick pour. I gotta cut these off to cut them down. It's the same thing you could do with any acrylic powder. Except I don't, I do if I have it, and I think I do have some. They're manicure base and they're manicure top. But you can use any base coat and any top coat. It don't have to be that specific one. And I picked out a couple of slick pour colors, and I've also picked out a couple of other brands of regular acrylic. Works the same way. There's been times I've ran out of monomer. Hey, Porch Girl. Thank you, darling. Yeah, I wasn't ready to part with them. I wasn't ready to take them off, so I had to pull out Handalina here. But yeah, there's been times, girls, that I got to get it short enough. I ran out of monomer in the early days. Now I'm very well prepared, and I have probably two 32-ounce bottles sitting around here somewhere, and I try to keep them. I always get them when they have when Young Nails has their buy one, get one sale. Now here recently, I'm coming to the conclusion that I need a faster setting monomer, but as a beginner, Young Nails monomer being universal, and then they have their, how's it go? Core, cover, and speed powders. And I have one speed powder, bubblegum, but it seems to be working better for me than the beginner. Like when I first started, oh honey, I needed that 90 seconds completely and totally. Well, then I've got these full cover tips we're going to glue on here. See, I got I think Portia, you call it hurry up and dry spray. And I've been calling it hurry up and dry spray because I heard you calling it that. I've been using Zule's bling adhesive to glue everything on. But I don't like, my brush got hard on the tip. I guess it probably got some hurry up and dry on it. Maybe I've been keeping it in the refrigerator. Bye, honey bunny. You have a great day. Thanks for popping in, Porsche. I love Portia, y'all. She is the sweetest thing in there. You talk about some nails. When I first started watching YouTube, I ran into Zule. Well, running into Zule ran me into Portia. And the other day, so I couldn't figure out what to do on this nail. I went into Portia's page and got to looking around. Like, all her sets are gorgeous. Period. And I'm like, I need some inspo. I don't know what to do with this nail. And if you go look in her stuff, you'll find you some Frenchies just like this. Like, I would never in the world believe she's got an old soul. I would never in the world believe that that girl was the age that she is if I didn't know. Very mature, very business-minded. She's on her business. And that's it. If y'all ain't been over there on her page, I don't know what you're doing. Get on over there. So I picked out a black slick pour, a white slick pour, and a red slick pour. And then I have a couple of my cards, all-in-ones. And see, this don't jack my hand up. When I'm done, I can pull this out of there, and I'm not gluing nothing onto Earlene, so she ain't getting her nail bed tore to shreds. Thank you. You like them? Yeah, girl. I said I wasn't ready to take these off. Hey, Robin, babe. I said, yeah, nope. I'm going to keep these on. We're going to have to pull Earlene out here, who I named after my dad. My dad passed in 06. So that's who she got named after. Let me grab these acrylics that I didn't bring over there. I'm going to run out of fingers because, well, maybe I can do one in ombre and show you how I do that because I got 6 colors and 5 fingers. You do the math. So, but I'm going to read, because I got Valentine's Day in the brain right now. This one is called Princess Blitz. It is so freaking cute. I have Dynamic Nail Supply. It's one of their Valentine's colors. McCart Pro Pink Go. G-O-U-G-H. Angel Cheeks. This is so cute. I love them color hearts. Epic Black. McCart Pro's Coral Light, and Horse Feathers, and Bussin'. Bussin'. Alright. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what possessed me to cut my bangs at that point in time, because I didn't have time. Thank you, Portia, darling. Hey, don't let us hold you up. Do what you got to do. I know how it be. I need 2 or 3 of me because the worst is on Tuesday when I go clean somebody else's house all day long and I come home and my house looks like a truck hit. That is the worst. But then I'll be too tired because with my strokes, my stamina is older than me. I got too many nails here. Um, my stamina aged 20 years past me. So when I go over there at 9:30, 10 o'clock, and I clean to 2:30, 3 o'clock, when I get home, I generally take a nap on the couch until I get up and go to bed. My dad used to say, I'm going to lay down and take a nap before I go to bed. And that's exactly what it be. Yeah, Portia, see that? I couldn't get it because I like the ones you did. It had like, some bigger ones, random shapes like throughout it. But yeah, that was as fancy as I could get. That's all she was doing. And then lips. You wouldn't think lips would be so hard to draw. I said, these look like they got cleft lips, like there's something wrong with them. But they'll do the trick. They'll do the work. And y'all know when I do my pop-off method, if I don't want them to pop, they ain't going to pop for a couple of days. And I don't want these pop yet. Let's see. Okay, so I have gotten really into using Zule's Bling adhesive. I put it in the nail. A clean, dry nail. Squirt the Hurry Up and Dry spray. That's Mia's Secret Resin Activator on the nail. And then place the nail on. Ooh, let me quit hitting everything. I tried to get this sapsucker. Yes, I have. I sold them. It depends, whatever the person wants. Like the girl from the DMV, she coming over here, it's this stuff. Monday to get her nails done. I've sold a few sets of wedding nails, and sent them to frickin', what was it, Idaho, Iowa, something to that effect. I made a set. Oh, let me show them to y'all. My son picked them up. Let me see where he put them back down at. I made a set for Cuzzo, Sean's cousin Starsha. I gotta take him over to her. Well, what the world Donovan do with him? He told me to keep them for myself, and I'm like, they're not for me, dude. Hold on, y'all. Let me walk to the other side of the table. I can't see over here. What Donovan do with Starsha nails? Oh, here they go. I'll say all the work I put into them, he better not. These boys, I tell y'all, they broke the lid to my crock pot one time, so yeah, some of that. Ooh, stop shaking, stop hitting the camera. And I used that 90 cat eye to make the cat eye Frenchie. And then on that one nail, I think I used this silver chroming powder, and then this Enel Couture Pluto top coat. Hey, Chris girl. Well, Riri babes, you hit me up at Instagram, and we'll work it out. We will work it out. Thank you, sugar. Yeah, Starsha is the head. Oh, Lord Jesus, the manager, like the store manager at Long John Silver, says she don't like long nails. My light ain't lighting enough. Hold on, let me turn it up. I got one of them lights that have like the 5 arms that come out over the couch from like the 90s. Oh, yeah, the heck with a moonlight. My light got 5 arms. If I could get to stay where it's supposed to be. So, yeah, she likes the shorter nails, and she says she just ain't got patience to sit and get them done no more. So, the girl she was buying them from, she was paying like $35 a set and buying like 4 sets at a time. So, I know that's something, because Starsha, one of them girls, she got 1,000 purses, 1,000 pairs of shoes, 1,000 bottles of perfume. Like, I don't know what to buy the person who has everything. So, I know she wears nails. Make her some nails. Yeah, I can I'll put my email in the description, because I don't think I put nothing in the description because I was running late and I just hopped on in there. Yeah, I'll put the Sean, don't let me forget to put my email in the description, please, because you remember to remind me, because girl, I forget. 3 seconds and boom, it's gone. Oh, look at these, y'all. I'm trying to be done by 7:30 because I know a couple of other sisters that are doing lives. My Marcy, I think, is going to do a live here on YouTube. Paige is going live on TikTok. And I don't want to hog Saturday, you know. Saturday, I want to make sure all of us get to utilize this good Saturday. I've never seen them in pink before. The birthday charms. I got gold, pink, and silver. So I'm like, yay. That's 3 good Aquarius sets right there. Yeah, I think this hand is a, I want to say Know You brand on Amazon, but I wouldn't swear to it. I think so, because when I was looking, the first one I ever had, oops, I put it on the wrong part. See, that's your girl for you, y'all. That one's the wrong now. This one's the right now. Let me see, could I make this happen? Woo, woo, woo. But yeah, the first hand I ever bought, it had like tissue paper thin cuticles, and I would, yeah, nope. I never seen pink ones either, boy dogs. That's why I was like, yep. And I love pink, y'all. Y'all catch me. I use pink in damn near every set. I love pink. My room, my aesthetic, that ain't fit to show y'all right now, or I would. Like, my desk is a mess. The rest of the room's all right, but I got giveaway boxes on the floor, half packed for that. And then I threw all my nail tips out the drawer over here on the floor because I don't know which one of these youngins got in there digging around, but somebody did. Hey, Britt. Yes, girl. Amazon. I think I paid like, I don't know, 7, 9, something like that for all 3 colors. Last year I just had the gold and the silver. And this pink actually I think will go really well with this nude pink tone that I used on this set. Like, it's one of the Eno Couture acrylics, and it's like a dusky pink, if that makes any sense. Oh yeah, I left my monster in the dining room, or in the fiddlesticks, in the living room. That's my crack. And I ain't never touched crack. Well, that's a lie. I used to sell crack, but I ain't never smoked no crack. Girl, y'all, I'm telling you, when I get to preaching, there's a reason for it. I used to be the most ratchet individual, and I forget who I was, Lord, talking to about this the other day. Was it Marcy, maybe? I don't know, Marcy, Bully Dogs, Heather? I'm not sure, one of y'all. For to think about how rotten of a human being that I've been, and God still chooses to use me, man, you can't tell me that he'll use anybody. And I think, the Lord was trying to get that point across when he used David, who was a murderer, an adulterer. He had committed all. The difference is when you have godly remorse, when you're truly sorry and you don't keep doing it, And I guess at that point in life, I was truly sorry for how I lived my life. Shoot, I almost checked out the game. And he kept me around. It wasn't him but him that kept me around. Oh, mercy heavens. Alrighty, so now if I was doing these on a human or on myself, well, I guess I could go ahead and buff them. I just don't want to take 100 years. But y'all know the usual prep. You want to take the shine off. And I don't care if I'm using acrylic, gel polish, builder gel, poly gel, whatever the case may be. On a person, I always take the shine off because I don't want nothing separating like that right there. Is that the one I put it on the wrong part first? Probably. The nails that she had on, I posted the other day. It was these pink and gray ones that I did with the, what's that girl's name? Shoot, Phoenix Nail Co. They was pretty too. I was kind of mad that she got the pretty nails. Earling's nails look better than mine that day. Let's put this back on here. But yeah, I always remove the shine. I'll take the cap off like that. The other day, a friend of ours, neighbor, y'all, I have to check myself because I get started. You know what I said earlier? That, see, I don't preach religion. I preach relationship. And as long as in your life you're trying to get to know him, however you do it, whether you look up YouTube, I tell you what, there's this place called World Bible School. You can go watch their videos, and I learned so much from them. I went to Bible college, but that you can get their videos on YouTube. As long as you're trying to get to know him better. And I said, we're made out of dirt. He made us out of clay. He knows we're going to screw up. He don't expect perfection from us. He made us out of dirt, for goodness sakes. I mean, come on now. That's all that matters. It's about the relationship with him and trying to do better, be better. And thought, word, or action, we screw up, and we're going to screw up every day of our lives. Period. So them holier than thou, look down their nose at you, Christians, man, ain't go take a long leap off a short pier. And that's the best thing for you. You ain't got to get involved in no big old church and do all that, what's it called? Just the act of going. You know, Joyce Meyer said one time, I could sit in the garage all day, that don't make me a car. So sitting in church all 2 or 3 days a week ain't going to make you a Christian. Reba, you got to find you one. Yeah, and it's still a step forward. As long as you're seeking him, however you seek him. He knows. He knows your intentions. He knows your heart. And that's what counts. But you got to be careful on YouTube, because you'll get some folks that teach you some wrong stuff. There was a person I listened to for a very long time. See, I believe in Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Triune, one God. And I listened to somebody who I thought was a great preacher, and his daughter is a fabulous preacher. I still listen to him sometimes, but because I know. But I found out that he's a monotheist, which means he just believes one God. Like the Trinity thing isn't a thing for him. So just be careful, by what you think. Figure it out for yourself. Don't let nobody tell you what you're supposed to think. That's between you and the Lord. As long as you're trying to get to know his word, I believe from cover to cover that book is the truth. I believe all his promises, one of them 8,000 promises is yes and amen for each one of us who believe and are saved individuals. And I believe in the power of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Because it says when you baptize somebody, baptize them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. It said when he created man and woman, he created them in our image. Well, who in the world's our if there's just one? That don't make no sense. All right, y'all, stop. I'm going to preach. I'm not out here to preach. I go on all night. That's my favorite thing to talk about. Riri, you know what that means? That means that you're saved. Oh, Lord, see? Don't get me started. Thank goodness I ain't putting no mascara on. I just put some foundation and some powder on. I just literally told Marcy this yesterday, and it's confirmation. When I was little, because my old man, he'd be like, why are you crying? I'm like, I don't know. Crying my eyes off, eyelashes in my pocket. They done fell off a long time ago. And because me and him was still hustling when we first started going to church. Well, at that point, see, my thing was, if I got a man, my neck don't belong in a chopping block because we got kids. So I was no longer doing my 1-2 because not with a man around. Nope. Ain't gonna work that way. But we wasn't no good. We were still being ratchet. And the deeper we got, he serves on the worship team. All that's done and over with. The first couple weeks after I met him, he's been working ever since I met him. I always told him he was a worker when I met him. I'm like, I don't kick it with dudes that don't have jobs because that drives me crazy. A man always got his hand out. Like, shouldn't that damage your manhood? Don't you feel like I got your boxers on? Like, I don't like that business. But even since I've been disabled, he takes his butt to work. And Fridays, he'll get up 5 o'clock in the morning, work all day on his feet and he's almost 50. He'll be 50 next year. Well, this year coming. And then be at the church at 7 o'clock and work the cameras till 10 and come back and get up. Well, he's going to not work Saturday overtime when he works at the church. But there's been days that he's got back up on Saturday and went and got that good overtime in. But, see, squirrel, down a rabbit hole. I told Marcy, I used to ask my papa, why do we cry in church? What am I crying for? And Start crying while listening to the word Jesus. Girl, that's where I was going with it. And my granddad, he was a preacher from the age of 18 all his life. He said the power of the Holy Spirit is so strong, our bodies can't contain it, and it comes out in tears. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of Moody Radio, but D.L. Moody, somebody had, one of his students asked him, why we cry. Or no, why we always got to be filled back up. And he said, well, because we leak. And that made perfect sense to me. We leak. We leak when the Holy Spirit's around. He's too powerful. And that's how you know when you're saved. If you didn't tear up when you hear the word and don't know what you're tearing up for, that means you're saved. A person that ain't saved ain't going to feel that. So you could be for sure, girl. When your time come, you going home. You ain't even got to worry about it because you're saved. All right, y'all. Let me stop preaching. Let's get into this. I can't help it. I can't help it. Yeah, y'all hit that good like button. We got to get this algorithm in. Where's my big base coat? Oh, I went to that woman's house yesterday and half my stuff is in there. Well, I'm just going to use this one. All right, let's start with, well, let's start with the slick pour first because Young Nail slick pours, and these are only like, I don't know, $7-8. And when they have a sale, they're like $5 a piece. Look at this one. This is called Princess Blitz. It is so pretty. I love it, those sparkles. And it's like a nude color. But they normally use it. Oh, you know what? I might have my manicure base and top coat over here. But you could use it with any base coat and any top coat. And you could use any acrylic. I've used acrylic that weren't made for dip. Like this is a McCart Dippies. This is a McCart Pro all-in-one acrylic and dip powder. Dip is only a finely ground acrylic. I don't like using the dip liquids because if you read the ingredients on them, it is literally painting super glue on your nail and pouring some acrylic powder on it and putting an activator on it like this hurry up and dry spray and letting it get hard. Like I could do the same thing if I use Oulay's bling adhesive and painted it on the nail, poured the powder on it, and then sprayed it with this. Could you imagine? And the thing with that is when we glue on our press-ons, when we wash dishes and we wash our hair and stuff, glue will eventually crackle. It starts to shatter like ice or a really cold piece of glass that heat hits. Just, I don't want that on my nail bed. No, I'm good. That never sounded appealing to me. But I started with Young Nails because as a beginner, being on there, I was watching, I went to beauty school in the 90s. And the acrylic we had back then, I think we had OPI. There was only like 2 or 3 different companies. And the stuff was terrible. If you look at the acrylics we have today that are like the worst grade possible, that's probably what it lines up with. It was bad back then. We did not have the options that we have today. So after years and years and years of only doing my nails with the little dollar store kit, now this is base coat. Well, after I had the strokes, I'm like, now I can't run around and have somebody telling me do this, because I have to focus on one thing at a time or I'll totally screw it up. I'm like, well, I can still do nails. So I started watching their videos. And MJ, Karen, Tracy, Greg, they're all wonderful, wonderful teachers. Okay, bully dogs. And the fact that their system had a beginner, an intermediate, and basically a pro. Now what I do, where's my little spoon? I have a itty bitty spoon. I have 2. This one's fatter, depending on what I'm doing. I'm going to use the little one. I put the little tray under there to catch it so I don't waste all my business. Paige had told me how to go landscape, and I thought I had accomplished it. But you know what? Well, let's see, I graduated in 1994. but I wasn't consistently doing nails over them years. I would do my friend's nails, my friend's daughter's nails, my nails. I've been consistent with it probably, I think it's been almost 2 years, year and a half-ish, something like that. When I first posted my first short on YouTube, which I believe it was like around October, not this year, but the year before, consistently since then. But like, I didn't forget any of the basics. Like when I had my strokes, my long-term memory was retained. Then you just pour it on there, edge to edge. Make sure you cover the whole nail, and kind of let it soak into that base coat before you dust it off. Give it a second. So I retain my long-term memory. It's my short-term that I forget. If I don't have like a routine, like my weeks are ran by a routine, I do the same thing every Monday, the same thing every Tuesday, I'm going to forget. And that's why I picked Sundays. I don't know a lot of people that go live regular. I don't know anybody that goes live regularly on Sunday. So, and I was like, I know there's a couple of different people that utilize Saturday. And I had seen Paige announce that she wanted to try, her lives on Saturday on TikTok. So I'm literally in the car like, Lord, Papa God, that's what I call him. What do you want me to do? What can I do with this? Because we all can't be on Saturday. Y'all, I shit you not. I opened my eyes, and there was a billboard on the side of the road, and it was a church advertisement for around here somewhere, I suppose. Now, see how there's them little spots down there? Anywhere there's a thin spot, I'm just going to pour a little more. Let's sit there for a second. Bing, 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 bing. Knock him off. All right, now I'm going to put Earlene in the lamp for 60 seconds. Maybe I am. Okay, there it goes. And I opened my eyes, and I looked, and the billboard said, "See you Sunday." I'm like, well, okay. Thank you for answering. I was telling, I think it was Marcy. I would almost swear it was Marcy I was talking to the other day. After the strokes, savings ran out I think we moved out November 1st. And we stayed with his cousin for a bit, and then we were in my daughter's basement. And after everybody went to school and work, I literally was crying in prayer, and I wasn't going to church or nothing at the time. I've always been a believer. I don't remember never knowing there was a Jesus in my life. And I'm like, Lord, please get me out this dungeon. I cannot stand living in this dungeon. It's a bunch of young folks partying over my head, this cold, wet basement, and my daily devotional dings on my phone. So I go and get it, finish my prayer up and look at it, and it said, God's smile in a dungeon is better than his frown in a palace for a believer. I'm like, okay. Antennas kind of went up. So now when I had the strokes, I applied for metropolitan housing to go into the projects. And I came over here to the old house to get the mail, and there was the approval for Metropolitan and the approval for Section 8 that I wasn't even checking for. I had applied for it a couple years prior to that. All right, now, I make sure I dust it pretty good because I don't want to get that down into my base coat and have it full of different kinds of glitter. Then I put on another coat. And we moved back in the house we moved out of 5 months later. We moved out November 1st. We were back in here by the second week of February. I said, shoot, you can't tell me nothing. I know who's in control. I love this color. It's just got the right amount of sparkle. And a nude with any color is just the best. Oh, mercy goodness. And then one day I'm sitting here, I think I did some cherry blossom nails. When everybody was doing the little flowers on drawing the tree branches and putting the little pink flowers. If you look back in my, tap, 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 tap. If you look back in my shorts, I did them this way. And I like, I'm pretty sure I can ombre this if I tried hard enough. Put into a lottery. What state are you in, Riri? Because that's how ours was. It ain't like that now. They do it differently now. But when I applied, there was a lottery, and I was like number 138 or some business. And we had to wait till our number got pulled. And back in the lamp she go. Another 60-second cure. And, yeah, because my friend Fontaine had called me and was like, girl, get on there and apply for Section 8. Because the years when it used to be paper applications, I was always at work. I couldn't go stand in the line and put in a paper application. She called me at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I got up and put in that application, and it just happened, good Lord willing, when I went down, that's when the Section 8 kicked in. That Massachusetts. Is that Massachusetts? Is that what that means? Ours used to run on a lottery, and that's how I got it. But it was 4 years later. Did they give you what number you got, Riri? So I remember mine was like 138, and they did some kind of little orientation thing, and then you had to wait till your number came up. And mine was like, well, let's see. Donovan was about, yeah, it was about 4 years because we moved in here. He was 18 months old, and it was shortly after that. And when I had my strokes, he was 4 that summer, and he turned 5 the following February. Now in Ohio, they do this business like you apply, and because my friend's daughter, she just got hers, um, and they go by how many preferences you got, yada, yada, yada. Um, so now that I got 2 layers on here, I'm just going to file the side so we get a smooth side. And there's something on Earlene. And down here at the free edge. Yeah, now they go by how many preferences you got, and then I guess that's what puts you in a line or whatever, and it goes by, their funding, when they have funding. Because I had heard this girl in line at this place I was at, she said they were trying to weed, like the people that's been on it for 20, 30, 40 years. But I don't know how true that is when they're giving other people applications back in 2020, I think. Well, honey, you need to go and look and see where your number is. Call, that number you call? It's like an item. Well, here it is in Ohio. But your metropolitan housing number, call that number, and like I knew with mine, I could put like in my social security number, and it would tell me, oh, you're number 75. A month later, your number is 62. See if there's a number. I'd call them. Oh, no. Oops, I think I almost had it. There we are. And Paige, I don't know what I did wrong. I went in, I told them, y'all taught me, and I had it right the other day in them stupid settings, and to try to go landscape, and it won't let me, and I turned my phone sideways, and it told me I got to turn it back around or go to advanced settings and changed it. So when I first got on, Riri was the only one here. I told her, give me a second, and I went off, and I tried to put it on landscape, and I don't know. I can't figure it out now. Yeah, I don't know. It just threw me off. I didn't get a phone call. Y'all, this phone is batshit crazy. That's the problem. But okay, so carry on. But yeah, Riri, give your number a call in your state and see what's up. Paige had taught me how to put it on landscape, and I did it the other day, and I'm like, oh, yay. And I even checked it to see if I could go live. Like I did it in my living room for just like a hot second. I always buffed the top a little bit after I cured it first last time and filed the sides. Guess I'm trying to be done by 7:30, y'all. We got to be done by 7:30 so we can share this good Saturday with the sister. And then I put regular top coat on. I guess you could use no wipe either way, but I use a regular top coat first so it has that sticky layer. for the no wipe top coat to stick to. I don't know if it makes a difference because, I mean, the acrylic's not super Jim Dandy smooth at this point. I mean, and you can make it as thick as you want it. If you want to make it thick to where, you know, you can shape it and file it, I've done that too. But I know the one time that I was like, what am I going to do? I ain't got no monomer. I'm putting her in the lamp for 30 seconds. And then after I put the no wipe top coat on, then I'll put it for 60. This phone is old as Methuselah. That's what's wrong with it. It's a it's an LG Stylus 4, but the thing's from 2018. When we got that first stimulus, because I don't even know what kind of phone I had before that. It was a Stylus, but it was like an older Stylus. And there's been a couple more come out since this one. Hey, Paige. Yes, we came back. I got it back. Girl, when you taught me how to go landscape, I did it to make sure I could do it, and I did. And now I can't remember what I did. I tried to turn it sideways. Let me try again. I'm going to try to turn it sideways. Nope, see, it says orientation is locked. Yeah. I probably got to go in the phone settings. It told me to go in advanced settings, but we're just going to do this for today. But by next Sunday, I'm going to take notes. So in case I forget, I have a little notebook there. I'm just focused on getting done today so we can watch your live. So now I'm going to put regular top coat on here. Now, mind you, I just followed the sides and the free edge. Now, you guys know how when we top coat over glitter or stickers or glitter, and we haven't encapsulated it in clear acrylic, and we buff the top. All right, Earlene, come here, girlfriend. Just left back in there. We buff the top, and then put another layer on there. Then you have that smooth glass finish. Ain't these pretty? I just couldn't bring myself to take them off. My ombre's getting better. I'm doing better at that. I wanted this one to come down a little further, but hey. You get what you get and you don't throw a fit. What is you two doing? What are you going to do with him right now?
Put him in his backpack.
Get up the stairs. Get y'all asses up the stairs. Sorry, y'all. My grandson, my child. I'm sorry. They want to dig around in my clean clothes and make a mess. Thank you, Ruby. I know I'm like, I ain't taking these off. And I said, Paige was doing lips last night, and I said, mine look like they got a cleft palate. That was the first time I've ever drawn a lip. This one turned out better, I think. I don't know. These two, I just wasn't digging them. Okay, so now that, the no wipe top coat. Now, I put the manicure top coat, or a regular top coat. I have some from Red Iguana. She had a $1, $3, and $5 sale, and I bought a bunch of these. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to put, because I got some stock over there, I think I'm going to put one of these in each mystery box. I ain't got nothing against a regular old top coat. Shoot, it come in clutch when you run out of the no wipe. But anyway, so now that I've put the no stick top coat on there, when I do my file, I just shape up the sides a little bit. There you sat, sucker. Hold still. And then I don't like how I get this lumpy dump down here. So now if you want to lightly file, don't go ham on it like we do when we're filing acrylic, or you're going to file a hole in the color. But I want it to be even. Maybe use a lighter grit file. I just do it lightly so I don't file a hole in my color. And then I buff it. I got this little stand from Red Iguana too. Like everything's from Red Iguana but the dead bird hand. And this hand ain't bad. I'm going to take this out though and do this because I can't hang on to it. Earl ain't going to be dancing on the table. She's going to be table dancing. And I ain't got no doubts. I buy the faux nail beds, but look how thick them cuticles is. Now, the first one I got on Amazon was garbage. Man, them cuticles looked raggedy in the first time I touched that thing. All right, let me grab a lint-free wipe here. I seen this girl, and I'm going to steal her idea, and I hope I can find her so I can tell her thank you. Because I got this thing, and they're hard to get out. She had hers in the dapping dish like this, and I'm like, well, that makes sense. And you can totally get them out. This thing, you got to fight the thing 12 ways from Sunday to get them out. So yeah, take some alcohol. I'm sorry, y'all, I keep hitting the camera stand. I got a new one, but my old man's got to put this little pallet on the end of it, because when you put the phone on it, it gets heavy and starts falling down. Get rid of your dust. Dry. And then put another layer of top coat on there. And next, I'm just going to show you guys how to do it at ombre. I love this Princess Blitz. Love it, love it, love it. And y'all, when Young Nails have their sales, and this is what I do, because shipping be redonkulous, and if I'm going to pay $15, $20 in shipping, I might as well go on and order $50 and get to, because if I'm spending $30 and you're going to put $15, $20 on there in shipping, $15 to $19, well, that don't make no damn sense. I might as well just spend $20 more and get the free shipping. All right, let's put her back in there. Let me show it to you. When you get a smooth finish, you can put whatever inside. Like if I were going to do stickers or glitter, I would have put that down on top of the acrylic before I started top coating with anything. Yeah, here go my liquid crack, y'all. Salted caramel. I won't drink the chocolate or the vanilla ones. I tell you what, this monomer's all right too. I love that box I got from her. That's the first thing hit my head, because I'm looking at your lips that you drew last night. I'm like, well, mine look like they got a cleft palate. Y'all, I was so off kilter last night. Let me tell you. So, this lady I clean for on Tuesdays. Lord in heaven, please don't let her get on this live. Because I feel like an ass. She's mean as a rattlesnake. She's mean. She ain't mean to me, because I ain't fixing to play with her. My son had, but you know what? When you have, let me tell you what I learned. My 16-year-old has ADHD. And I know, because I help women get into treatment, and I put myself in treatment to get off tramadol, I know the statistics of medicated children becoming adults. And he's not bad. He don't get in trouble a lot. He don't get bad grades. So there's no need to medicate him. I tell people, if your child needs medicated, by all means, don't make your child suffer. Medicate them, but don't let the doctor over-medicate them either, because they get all charged the medical happy and want to have the kid falling asleep in the cereal. But I found out, because there's a lot of girls at church that serve in the children's ministries, giving someone with ADHD caffeine has the opposite effect. You know how Riri, like, so if they put somebody with really bad ADHD on Adderall, it don't make them ziggity boo like they're on an amphetamine. But somebody like me, I'm going to be running around here 50 miles an hour, cleaning everything twice. It does the same thing. Like the Adderall don't do that to someone with ADHD, but it does it to somebody who don't have it. Same thing with caffeine. When he was little, when I found that out, I'd be like, here, boy, drink this. And I'd give him a cup of coffee in a minute, because he was starting to squirrel me to death. He's here, he's here, he's here, he's here. And I'm like, boy, if you don't sit still. And I know he can't help it, you know, and but, shoo, Mama couldn't help it either. I don't know, in my mind. All right, what colors we going to use? Let's see here. I want to do it with some regular old acrylic. All right, let's do this here. Let's put down some pink gold from the McCart. And then this is called Angel Cheeks. Let me show you what it looks like. Oh, I ordered a pretty pink from Gabby today. I want, hell. Now I can't remember what it's called. It's the one with the pink lips in it. It is so cute, but I couldn't. Look at them hearts. They're just a perfect color pink. My baby. He ain't no baby. The child's big as me, and he'll be 11 in February, but he's my baby. For Christmas, he asked for a VR. One of them, I think it's called a Meta. Don't get me lying with my old self. Yeah, I got a friend on Adderall, and it don't do nothing to her, but girl, let me take one. Phew. Mind races. Well, and you know what, Riri? Okay, so I had generalized anxiety disorder from the 5th grade to the age of 42. I was charged. Yeah, I was charged a couple times too, but no, I was diagnosed with clinical depression, generalized, because I had a stalker for 6 years that the sucker would hide under my car and try to cut my Achilles tendon so I couldn't run away, type shit. Come home and this fool fell out my dryer one time, like, ugh. And like y'all seen the picture of my son with the blue eyes as his daddy. And he got hazel eyes, and you see them hazel eyes coming out the closet at you trying to murk you in the middle of the night. But they had me on all kinds of this, that, and the third. And when I put myself in treatment to get off tramadol, the doctor had, where did that damn base coat go? The doctor had, oh, what do you do for pain? You're covered in arthritis. Well, yeah, I was a nursing assistant for damn near 30 years. I guess I am. I mean, I worked through 3 pregnancies like I wasn't pregnant. Oh, well, Ultram would be a good, because I told him no Percocets, no Vicodins. I know me, and I know exactly what's going to happen. I'm just going to be ziggity boo, and it's going to be all bad for your girl. So, Adderall, shit. Tramadol was supposed to be non-narcotic, non-habit forming. Huh. Well, see, my anxiety, I have a serotonin deficiency. Had a serotonin deficiency. So, tramadol is an artificial source of serotonin. So, when I tried to stop taking the tramadol, I'm going to lay down the pink gold first, and I think it might be kind of jellyish, so that'll be good too. When I tried to stop taking it, after taking it twice a day for 4 years, y'all, I ain't know what no withdrawal was. I was a hustler. I ain't take this stuff. No. I think I sold everything but me over the years. That's the only thing I wouldn't sell is myself. And, I mean, plates, shots of liquor, you name it, it was on. And, so I thought I was dying. I went to the ER, and that doctor comes in and he says, "Excuse me." He was like, "What do you take?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Do you use heroin?" I'm like, "No. Why would you ask me that?" Hey, Londa girl. Hey, Drea. I'm like, "No. Why in the world would you ask me that?" Like, I'm offended. Like, you calling me a head, dude? What were you talking about? And I showed him my arms, and he was like, "Well, people have different ways of ingesting it." And I'm like, "No. I don't even know what heroin looks like." I mean, I grew up in the 90s. It was the crack era. I don't know what no doggone heroin looked like. And he said, well, Londa's my neighbor, y'all. I told you guys that last time, but Londa, I got to tell him again, honey. She's my favorite neighbor. Um, he said, well, do you take medications? Let that sit a minute. It's got a couple of holes. And I said, yeah, I take Ultram. You know what? I'm going to dust it slightly, but I don't want to mess up that good brush. Let me get one of these old raggedy ones. Oh, I just throw the brush at the dog. Now I'm going to go ahead and cure this, and then I'm going to put 2 more layers on it because it has holes. And, yeah, I told him, I said, I take this and this, and I was on gabapentin, and I was on the Ultram. So he was like, did you stop taking one recently? I said, yeah, the Ultram. And he was like, how long ago? I'm like, about 2 days ago. He was like, you're in full withdrawal. I'm like, how in the world did I get here? I tell you what, I had a whole new empathy for addicts at that point. Yeah, girl, I looked at him like he's crazy. Like, I don't even know what no damn heroin looked like. I asked my stepson when, because he's 32 now, and the 2 oldest boys is 24 and 21. Well, I got a 16-year-old and an 11-year-old. So when the 2 big boys, Justin was grown, but DJ and Dakota wasn't quite there yet. I'm like, what do it look like? Because if I run into something in somebody's pants pocket, I'm going to have a fit. Somebody getting their head knocked off. And he was like, well, it could be pink, gray, brown, and it could be in rock or like sand. I'm like, well, that narrows it down about everything. But I'm like, oh, hell no. So anyways, after them strokes that they tried to say was due to stress, I said, I think it's due to tramadol and gabapentin because both of them monkey with your brain. I put myself in treatment. I said, oh, nope, I ain't about to be bitched to nothing when I wake up in the morning, but a cup of coffee and a cigarette, that ain't popping. Not I, said the cat. Oh, hey, Miss Elise. Right. Period. Nope. I ain't having it. And so I still go there. I'm in recovery maintenance. I've been there for years, and well, I started on 2 8 milligrams of Suboxone. Y'all, shoo! They should not have put me on that strong a dose coming in there on Tramadol and not heroin, because I took one of them things like they told me to. Now, mind you, I don't know no better. I don't know nothing about this stuff. I got so dizzy, got to puke, and I about fell out the chair. I had to break them suckers down into little fours. One pill turned into 4 doses. And over, through the pain management and all that jazz and this, the one pain management doctor that I will fool with, because I'm not taking it. See how my thumb got to, stop it, hopping around? It's the involuntary movements I've been telling y'all about. There's one pain management doctor I would fool with, and he only prescribes Suboxone. He won't prescribe narcotics, pain pills. And I have been on 4 milligrams for 2, 3 years now, and it does the same job, because I'm going to have to be on something for the rest of my life. When you look at my MRI, the cerebellum part of my brain is a big bright spot. I'm going to go ahead and stick her in the lamp. Is a big bright spot, and the bright spots are damaged. When they show you an MRI, where there's bright spots at is where there's some damage been done. And then across my shoulders and all up and down my back, look like somebody wrapped me with Christmas tree lights. And I'm like, you know what? So I've seen it too much. People, have serious pain, cancer or whatever the case may be, chronic pain. And, the Percocet 5s work for a while. And then they on Perc 10s, and that works for a while. And then before you know it, they're on a morphine patch, fentanyl, and all kinds of craziness. Like, I've been on the same dose of medication, and that's the only thing I take. I don't take no antidepressants no more, and God took my anxiety. It was just up and gone. I had anxiety from the 5th grade. My parents got divorced twice and remarried each other. They drove me nuts. My mama was a preacher's daughter, and my daddy was wild as all outdoors. Like I said, Mom listened to Earth, Wind, and Fire and Donna Summers, and Daddy listened to Merle Haggard and Conway Twitty. And I just, God, you gotta take this, because I wake up crying, and my old man be like, what's wrong? I'm like, I don't know. And the only way I can explain it to him to make it make sense, I'm like, so, okay, when you're in court and the judge about to rack you, and you just got a swarm of bees going on in your belly. It feels like that, except I ain't in court and I ain't going to jail. I don't know why it feels like that. It just does. Yeah, they set me up. But, yep, and now, I don't know, God just took it, because one day I said to Sean, I said, have you noticed I ain't had no anxiety? He was like, yeah, you ain't been complaining about it. I said, shoot, it's gone. It's been gone ever since. Praise the Lord and pass the cornbread. I ain't got to deal with that mess no more. And I take one medication, and I tell everybody this, and I'm telling y'all this. By all means, if you need to be on some medication, I got a friend that is bipolar, and she's a touch schizophrenic, but she ain't bad off unless she gets off her meds. And she kept having people tell her, oh, no, trust the Lord, and he'll heal you. Okay, well, until he heals you, boo-boo, you need to take that medication, because you end up in the county when you don't. That don't make no sense. Listen to these people. They going to come bind you out. If you take what you got to take, the good Lord also made the medical field for our benefit. It's when we abuse it that it becomes a problem. Because she came to me and she was like, I keep having people tell me, to trust God. I said, you taking your medication don't mean you don't trust God. God invented medication. God invented these smart people and doctors to have the brain to go to school that many years and get the degree to help us. That's good. The medication and the medical field is a good thing until you abuse it. Then it becomes a bad thing. So by all means, and I always warn women, especially women, because, y'all, we got all these hormones and shit raging around in there, and we go through this mess and every month, and then we get so old, and then we got to go through a whole nother kerfuffle. Don't let them put you on too much, because they almost killed me. Put me on that stupid Tramadol and gabapentin. Oh, a vessel collapsed in the back of my head, and that was stress. Man, I've been stressed my whole Mickey Ficky life, and ain't no vessels fell in before. That wasn't no stress. I looked at my husband, I said, shit, that translates into we don't know. So we're going to blame it on stress. And nope, that was a vesicle lapsed under tramadol and gabapentin. I know what it was. And then you see a couple years, now it's a scheduled narcotic. It wasn't in 2014. Now you see random lawsuits here and there because they done did people dirty like they did me. I wish I could find a lawsuit because, and not too long after that happened, that's when my blue-eyed child, he is such a good adult, but Lord, he was a bad teenager. He was dealing with them peoples, and we had to go to Licata because he was smoking weed at 16 years old. Let me get this off of her skin. Because that doctor that put me on that, he was head of the board of Licata. Well, when we went to Licata, I seen his picture up there, and I'm like, huh. So this sapsucker, because I called him on his crap, and he dropped me as a patient because my husband checked him because they told him I went to see him the day I started having the first stroke, and he didn't see nothing. He just sent me on my way, gave me my prescriptions because I had said to him, I said, you must be getting a kickback from the pharmaceutical company. He said, why? I said, because every room you put me in, there's an Ultram poster, and everybody in the lobby's on Ultram. I'm on Ultram. And next thing I know, I'm getting a letter, I'm dropped as a patient. And that's all right, because I ain't want to come back to your sorry self anyway. And then I got a letter that he was no longer a Mercy Care physician, and he was no longer on the board of Licata. So, yeah, something ain't right in Denmark, but I don't know. So, yeah, you just do a little light filing. You don't want to do too much. I'm going to try to ombre this one. Well, I don't guess you'd call it ombre. We're going to put some angel cheeks on there, because it's cute. Yeah, my parents is nuts. Well, God rest Daddy, God rest his soul. They drove me nuts. My mom had never been with nobody but my father. They got married when they was 19. She's a preacher's daughter. She wasn't allowed to go on a date unless it was at church or at home with my grandparents. Type business. And my dad was wild as all outdoors. So, I think I was 12 the first time. Dad got caught cheating. Mom divorced his ass. Left him with a little bit of nothing. They might have lasted a year. They was back together. They got remarried. We moved up here from down southern Ohio. We'd moved to southern Ohio from West Virginia because he was a coal miner, and he went to work in the Southern Ohio Coal Company. So we moved up here to get away because... So my mom started dating my softball coach. Well, my dad hunted with my softball coach, and my dad was going hunting, waiting for that guy to go hunting so he could put him in a hole. So we had to move up here to keep Daddy from going to prison. Yeah, my family's a little wild, y'all. A little wild. Well, that side of the family is. The other side's, you know, they stay at the church house most of the time, but that side's wild. And the second time, I'm pregnant with my daughter. Let's see, we're going to go back to the base coat, and I'm only going to put it a little over halfway up. I want a little above where I want my ombre to end. You know, I'm not going to use this. I'm going to use a darker color. I'm going to use this because I want to show you how I do this. Well, I'll use this silvery one because that one I think is jelly. And I went to my friend's house, and she was asleep, didn't hear me knocking on the door. So I turned around. You know how there's 4 apartments to a floor, and I just randomly picked a door. I'm like 9 months pregnant with my daughter in junior high. Jesus, Lord Almighty. In my senior year of high school. And I knock on the door. I'm like, can I use your phone to call my friend? She don't hear me knocking on the door. Thank you, 34, babe. Hey, everybody. I got to peek up to see the comment. So if I miss a comment, y'all, I don't mean to. So I randomly turn around, pick a door. I'm calling my friend. I'm looking, at the decor on the walls. And y'all, there was a picture of my daddy. I'm like, what the? And she called me by my name. She was like, Dawna, because I look just like him. I was like, oh, hell no. I hung up, called my mom, like, get over here. So that time, while he was out over the road, Mom's like, call some of your male friends. I'm getting a U-Haul. She left him with a love seat, a coffee table, and a twin bed. See, Mommy was a nurse. Daddy was a truck driver. You know what? That's not going to work with this. I need more than glitter. Let's go ahead and put the glitter on, and then we'll put some color on it anywho, so watch it. Because I want to show you guys how I do the ombre. Boop, 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 boop. Pat it in, pat it in. I'm just going to cure that real quick so I got to have color because it's not going to work with glitter. I didn't think that was that glittery. I was wrong. Yeah, they drove me nuts because I was the oldest. Just me and my sister, and I was 4.5 years old. I am 4.5 years older than her. My mom's working 12-hour shifts. All the responsibility landed on me. That's how I ended up raising 100 youngins with no family. Feels like 100. When you're raising them, when you're trying to feed them and put clothes on them, it feels like 100. Well, I guess we could use... Yeah, we could use the slick pour. Yeah, we'll use red. This is called Stoplight. Then they have Blackest Black. And you can use most of these, as acrylic with a brush and monomer. Not all of them. Let me see what time it is. 6:45. Okay, we still got 45 minutes. We good. We cook them with gas. Y'all, we cook them with gas. All right, that's enough. And they gave me anxiety. They truly did, but they got remarried somewhere along the way. Like I said, they've been together since they were 19. They jump up when Daddy got sick and moved back south, and here I was. But I'd already had my daughter, had my own apartment, you know. So then all these years, the only blood relatives is my youngins. But I call her my foster mom. She had a paper that gave her permission to enroll me in school and seek medical attention in my mother's absence because I wasn't quite 18. Mama Sylvie. Strong, beautiful. You talk about a strong woman. That's a strong woman. I wouldn't care if she's pink with purple polka dots. That's a strong woman. But she's a black woman from Georgia. I'm the only white person in my family, well, besides Aunt Emma. Aunt Emma was adopted into the generation before me and Mom's generation. She's my foster mom's white sister. All right, I'm going to pour this red. Now, y'all see I put the base coat on again up to where, ooh, I'm getting there where I want the ombre to, just above. Tap, 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 tap. Where I want it to end. And I can't say on YouTube what my family calls my cooking, but the appropriate term that I can use is soul billy, and you can take that and figure it out. Because I learned how to cook for my mama, and I learned how to cook for Mama Sylvie. Mama Sylvie's been my mama longer than my mama was. I need a stiffer brush. Let me see. I'm going to use this because I don't use this for 3D flowers anymore. Before I cure it, I want to thin it out. A little bit. And my brother, I love him to death. We get a job somewhere. Me and him been connected at the hip since we was 11. Like, we went to school and stuff together before I became part of the family. And he's 6 foot something. I'm 5 foot flat. He's about, well, back then he was almost 300 pounds. And I was a whole 145, 150 pounds soaking wet. Now down here, I'm going to add some more because I don't want that big of a gap because you ain't going to be able to follow that to make it look right. I'm going to add it before I cure it. But he introduced me as his sister, and people look at us like he's nuts. And he look at them like, say something. Like, that's my sister. And it's funny because my foster sister's like way taller than me. Because Mom's probably 5'10", 5'11". Now I'm 5 flat. We had come in the door, we done snuck out Mama's swing. She missed me. I'm little. They go right over my head. This is a pretty red. This is a red. Oh, what I was saying. You can use a lot of these as acrylic with a monomer and a brush. Hey, toy girl. I popped my head up there. Oh, hey, Marcy. I have to look up to see the comments. I'm going to have to get my tablet together. I think it's I don't know. I gotta check it. It's a fire tablet that I bought my son a couple years ago. I have to check it, and I got to get more prepared with my electronics and stuff. And like I said, Paige taught me how to get it on the doggone landscape, and I did, and I don't remember how I did it. So I'm going to go back, and like I said, I'm going to take notes. So when I get ready to do this, I know what the world I'm doing. All right. Ooh. All right, so dust off any excess. And I take a soft file. I think this one's got like 250 grit on this side. I probably shouldn't have used the color so bright, huh? Because red, black, and white ain't easy to ombre. I didn't take that into consideration. Let me show you this real quick. But you see, you get that, let me do this. You get that thickness you need. So, can't nobody tell that you didn't go get you some nails, did it? You're still going to get that right size. Now, I do use tips that kind of have a decent apex in them already. I should have picked a better color to ombre with, because this red is staining. Yeah, we got to do another one. Let's do this one. Because that's just a little too much. You know what? Let's put the dark color. No, because that'll be too much too. Let me grab a different color over here. Oh, what color did I do last time? I did baby blue and pink. Let me grab that one. Some of the colors you can use, and some of them you can't. Some of them just don't quite look right. I'm going to have to show you guys one of these days my custom colors. I bought a big, giant 660 gram bottle of Young Nails Clear. Okay, so I have Mini Man, and this one, it was one of their jars, but Push It. And it's a pink acrylic that I made myself. I buy a big 660 gram jar of clear, and I have pigments and mica powders, and I make my own. My dumb self, like red is unforgiving and bleed like a son of a gun. I should have thought about that, huh, girls? But like I said, we got time. We got time. I'm going to, because I made this nude color with makeup. I put face powder. I put some white, like a soft white, and mixed it with the clear. And then I had bought 3 different shades of face powder. And I made sure to put enough of that soft white in the clear to give it plenty of backbone, because face powder is way thinner than acrylic is. And I put enough in there and made some pretty nudes. I'd seen somebody else do it. That wasn't my idea, but it sure worked out nice. Okay, I'm going to make the base blue, and then we'll ombre. Or should I make it pink and ombre the blue? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. I'm going to get another spoon, because that one's got red all over it now. Another little fat spoon. Yeah. Stick my finger in there. Y'all, my car died. Oh, it didn't die. It's just got a broke leg. The ball joint. I'm going to that lady's house that I cleaned for. And I thought I had a flat tire. I'm like, oh, man. Good thing I went too far from the house. So my 21-year-old, he was lingering around here that day. And I got up to the corner store. And I get out, and there ain't no flat tire. And I'm like, what the hell? But I'm like, yeah, nope, they don't try that. And I was like, DJ, I need you to drop me off I gotta clean this house today. Yo, your girl, I get $1 however I can. However I can. As long as it ain't crooked, because me and the Lord got an understanding nowadays. So that hustling life and all that, that's behind me. Way, way behind me. In the rearview mirror. And I said, we don't live in the rearview mirror. That we gotta leave it past where it's at. Because you don't drive looking in the rearview mirror. You drive looking out that big old windshield in front of you. Only time you look in the rear view is to back up and go around something, or to guide your way out so you can go forward. But we don't stay looking behind you. And so my car's got a broke leg. Her ball joint went out, and she hopefully will be fixed tomorrow. Cause it's killing me. I'm a busy buzzer. Hold on, let me scroll down. Right, we gotta look through that forward, because you can't do nothing about nothing back there, so what's the point in focusing on it? Hey, shit girl. I gotta get over sugared on your site and see what you got. But, oh, that's what I was saying earlier. You gotta see how many rabbit holes I go down, right? Squirrel trails. My pastor, he does that, and I'd be like, squirrel! Now the whole church does it. As soon as he goes off on a tangent, they holler squirrel. But, yeah, my baby asked for that meta thing for Christmas. And I'm like, Bumbuns, I can't buy you a $400 doodad right now, even though they was on sale for $250. I didn't know that, though. I still couldn't have did it. And still buy for your other 4 brothers and sisters and your dad for Christmas. I said, but for your birthday, because it's all about you, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So right now, I son of a biscuit-eating bulldog, you mother sucker. That's what I get for not using my regular glue, y'all. But I just glue her back on there. Give me a second. Oh, shit. Now I forgot what I was saying. Oh, yeah, I wanted to get, because I've been wanting some bomb nails. I've been wanting to try it. Oh, I forget the girl's name. She's a new brand ambassador for them. And Gabby, I love Gabby. Gabby, you know, she gives thanks to the Lord first and foremost. That's what attracted me to her. I had been watching a few of her videos, and this was probably 6, 7, 8 months ago. Ooh. And you know, she's always giving thanks to the Lord, and I said, that I like that there. So I want to support, you know. But I'm trying to save my child. My birthday's February 5th, and my son's is yeah, Tori, I'm fixing to find out, because I got me one. And y'all know I love me some pink. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it's a real pretty pink. It's not that bright Barbie pink, it's a lighter pink. Oh, what's the freaking name of it? It's got a Spanish name. I don't know, but y'all see it when I get it. And I want that one that's got the pink lip sequins in it. But I'm going to go back and get it another date and time, because his birthday is the 7th. Mine's the 5th. All right, let's put another coat on here. And I'm desperately trying to get him the meta. Between me, Dad, and my other boy, well, he's in the processes of looking for another job. And it's some bull feathers, but I mean, it is what it is. Stuff happens. I told him, God wants you somewhere else. He was on his 3rd promotion. And he was in a position of quality control. And he told this dude that's only been there a couple months, and he's been there almost 2 years, you know, it ain't my job to do that. It's my job to tell you how to do your job correctly. You done messed up this many boxes. Dude's, I'll hit you with this hammer. Well, that went flying over like a lead freaking balloon. And I think they were totally wrong, because my son said, we ain't square up, we ain't throw hands, none of that. He was like, but I told him, I wish you would. He was like, but, you know, we can get it in outside of there. He said they looked back on the cameras, wasn't no like squaring up. They was just arguing. They didn't even look. They was gonna fight. Well, they fired both of them. I told Deej, I said, you gotta look at this as a lesson learned, baby. I said, because when it comes down to your money, I said, what you should have told homeboy was, there ain't nothing after we punch out but air and opportunity. We can meet down the street, and if that's how you feel, he's 21. Ain't no 21-year-old going to stand there and let somebody tell him, I'm going to hit you in the head with a hammer. So he's in the but I told him he's exceptionally smart. Like this child, when he was in 7th grade, he was in 10th grade honors classes. And him messing with these little girls. Oop, sorry about that. My alarm went off. He said a while ago, he was like, Mommy, if I'd have listened to you, I'd be joining a fraternity living my best life right now. I said, well, hindsight's 2020, son. All you can do is move forward. I'm like, as smart as you are, and he's all about integrity and morals and values, and he's a hard worker, and, I taught him, whatever work you do it as though you do it unto the Lord. I don't care if you're working in McDonald's. Shoot, I paid the rent for this family, and when my back wouldn't allow me to do nursing homes no more for about 10 years working at McDonald's. A good 8. It gets the job done. But you do it to the best of your ability. It don't matter where it's at. Yep, that's exactly what it is, Marcy. How you say that? Corazon? Am I right? In my country, yes, it ain't gonna come out right, but that's close. I hope. He is a good boy. He was a horrible teenager, though. I'd like to smack him up one side and down the other. Oh, my Lord. When he was 15, he was standing there with no shirt on, and he had a stick in his hand. But it was a good switch. And he kept saying the F word. I'm like, who are you cussing at? Now, mind you, like I said, I'm 5 foot tall. He's way bigger than me at this point. I smacked that sucker every time he said it. He had him a nice little mark. But he turned into a wonderful adult. Wonderful adult. Like, when him and the first girl broke up, he was like, these girls want to turn me bad. He was like, what good does it do to be a good dude? And you don't cheat and you don't lie and they treat you like you do anyway. And I tried to explain to him, like the girl he's with now, that her ex was beating and thumping on her. I said, you got to realize that does things to a woman. I said, so she's going to give you the side eye probably for a year or two until she sees you ain't that type of dude. And if y'all seen in my community tab, he's the one with the blue eyes. I said, you got to understand, she ain't being that way because she thinks you're a ratchet person. All right, now I'm going to take a buffer and just lightly buff this. If I can move these fingers out my way. Let me bend them, y'all. Until she knows, when she's comfortable. So buff it and make it smooth. Like, don't go ham and buff a hole in it, but smooth out your top layer pretty well. And it ain't got to be perfectly smooth either, because remember, when you put on them couple of layers of your top coat, or, you know how I did with the, these doodads, with the builder in a bottle? Hey, serves the same purpose. Let me see. What I miss? Yeah, Londa. Oh, they're going to be respectful. I'm going to smack their teeth down their throat. They better be respectful. Y'all, shoot. My dad, he was extra country. And he would not eat no Chinese food. He said he wasn't eating nothing he couldn't pronounce. He didn't care what it was, chicken, beef, whatever. If he couldn't pronounce it, he wasn't eating it. He was a butthead. He was a very gruff person. He was a very fair, hard-working person, but he wasn't no happy camper. He was a grumpy old man. He was a grumpy young man. My mom told him he was bipolar. And then I'm just tapping me to tap that off. Oops. Ah! Dag nabbit. Fill that back in. I'll start over here. I just start tapping it to blend it a little bit so there's not that hard seam. Very, very light touch. That's where I'm using my fingers better. I'm going to put just a little bit of base coat right above that seam. Just a little layer right there. I'm going to put a little bit of this on here. Oh no, there's red in the brush. Get out my brush. Dagnabbit, get out of there. Should have got another brush. Y'all, I had to put my candy cane leggings on because I said I ain't going nowhere. Shoot, I might as well utilize these things. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all rock. I love y'all. I'm so appreciative that y'all show up for my shenanigans. Because when I started this YouTube business, a little bit more, I was like, I don't fool with people like that. Like, when you get grown and you got kids and jobs and relationships, you friends becomes a thing of the past because you just don't have time. And, I wanted it to be a place where we could come on here, kick it, hang out. And I really wanted to show, hey, R&B girl. I call her R&B. I know it's R&B, but I call her R&B. Yeah, hang out and learn some nails. And, y'all, I'm smarter than the average bear. Even, I say with 3/4 of a brain, I still have better sense than some of the folks I run into. If there's an easier way to do something, I'm going to figure it out. Oh, my boy, he was in 5th grade honors classes in the 7th grade. I had colleges trying to get my son. I'm like, he's only in junior high. Y'all can't have him. So I told him, as smart as you are and as hard as you work, and he's yes, ma'am, yes, sir. I took him to the dentist. Like Londa said, she's my neighbor on my left, like right next door to me. He's always been respectful. I took him to the dentist, trying to get his wisdoms cut out. He's 18, and he's talking to the receptionist lady, and he's like, yes, ma'am, as she's talking to him. And she was like, you have a very respectful child. He said, I better be, or she'd have put me through the wall. But, that's how I was raised. And I'd be trying to tell these younger folks, quit letting your youngins hang out in the living room and listen to grown folks talking. Because they're going to go and repeat that stuff. And you're going to look 12 shades of crazy. Because here's your 7-year-old talking about something they ain't got no business talking about. And see, I was raised, you stay in a child's place. Yes, ma'am, yes, sir. Like, when I was little, the men stayed outside. And they'd drink their little bottles of beer and, do their whatever they was going to do. And the women and the kids stayed in the house. I remember one time one of my uncles, he got to talking, and I don't know, I'd never heard the F word, y'all, till we moved to Ohio. I didn't know what it meant. I had no clue. I went home and asked my mom what bleep meant, and she smacked fire out of me. I'm like, what? I don't know what it is. Why are you even smacking me? Like, what did I do? And he told my uncle, he was like, what did I tell you about blackguarding around these girls? I guess he called dirty talk, grown folks talk, blackguarding. So, I try to tell these younger folks, that's why these kids act like they do. Because y'all too busy getting high and drunk and don't let them sit there and listen to what's going on. They go play the game in their room. I don't get it. And somebody can say I'm wrong if you want to. Hey, you're entitled to your opinion, but you can kiss the sole of my foot because it embarrasses me to have my child be bad or disrespectful. Or like me and Donovan, me and him got beef sometimes because he loves to interrupt me when I'm talking to adults. And I've told him 11 times, don't do that. So I'm like, okay, so now when I smack you through the wall, then I'm going to be the bad guy. But okay, so now check this out. We got a nice little ombre going there. I'm going to cure it, and then we'll buff it a touch and put some top coat on it. What time is it, y'all? 7:09. We cooking with gas. See, we still got 20 minutes. I still want to show you this one, though, with these hearts in it. It is so cute. What is the one on Gabby's that's got them little pink lips in it. Because I have this one with the red lips in it from Dynamic. What's it called? Let me see if it's got a name. It's on their Valentine collection last year. Valentine 23, year 23, 535. I like Gabby's Daddy's Girl. But I want that one with the pink lips in it. Right, Londa. You weren't allowed to sit in grown folks' faces. You get your whooping real quick. My mom used to tell me she's gonna slap me so hard she's gonna make my teeth rattle. Or that car look. You be in the car and you say something while she's driving and she just give you that look out the side eye. My mom and my dad raised my daughter. She moved back up here when she was 19. You know, I had Psycho Bob stalking me and stuff. All right, so now I'm going to put the first layer of top coat on, which I'm using manicure top. Now, that's what Young Nails with their slick pour, I'm pretty sure that they use the manicure top and the manicure base. And a majority of these colors, now I did notice that this blue marbles when I try to use it as a colored acrylic. And they say you can, but that's not something that they advise you to do. It's meant to be used as a slick pour. Where'd Paige Buck go? She disappeared. She hopped in for probably because my phone was acting bonkers. But I'm going to get me a new phone, y'all. Somebody told me iPhone 8s and 12s, or 8s and 11s, something to that effect, was the best for nail tubing and nail fees. All right, I'm going to cure that for 30 seconds. And then I'm going to put the no wipe top on and cure for 60 seconds. I'm running out of real estate. I got so much junk over here. It's ridiculous. They want to hear this. Go you with it. Oh Lord, I'm way, way, way out the way. Yeah, they do hear it at school. Like I kept hearing the F word at school and went home and asked, but they'll know hearing it from their friends and hearing it from an adult, they gonna cuss and talk crazy in front of their friends. I mean, come on, we did it. They gonna do it. It just is what it is. But like with us, we knew not to say in front of no adult what we said in front of our friends, because if I ain't allowed in the room, well, mommy and daddy or mama and what was her friend's name? Paquita. If they're talking about this, that, or the third, I know I ain't going to say it in front of no grown folks, because apparently I ain't supposed to be saying it. And these kids, they just learn crap too early nowadays. Lord, I want mine keep their innocence as long as possible. My little one, y'all, he asked me maybe 4 or 5 months ago. It was the cutest thing in the world, but I had to sit there and think about it for a minute because he's only 10. He's just a big 10-year-old. He looks like he's 12, but he's only 10. He says, Mom, how do girls pee if they ain't got no thing? I said, I said, well, I'm like, give me a minute, Donovan. I got to think about that one for a second. Oh, but I got him an answer, I'm like, just like, you got holes in your head to hear and to speak and holes here to boo-boo. I said, girls have extra holes. That was the only thing. I didn't, it never dawned on me that he was just going to come out the blue with that question, especially the way the world is. You think they hear all this stuff already, but no, apparently not. I was glad, that he asked me that. Yeah, that'd be funny. I told one of them, was it last month? I was going to slap him into January. They's going to miss Christmas. But my household is rough. When we decided to have Donovan, it was with the intentions of trying to have a girl, because we had his son and my 3 boys. And I went in there and they said, oh, it's a boy. There's his turtle. I said, I quit. That's it. I was 37 years old when I gave birth to that boy. I'm done. I said, you get a girl, it won't be up out of here. That is it. But I said, the good Lord knows that my house too rough for a little girl. Yeah, Sean, one of his baby moms had And now this was back in the early 90s. Got herself a leather vest and a leather mini skirt and some hoe boots and bought their 3-year-old the same outfit. He is mad as a hornet. Tori, ain't it much harder at 37 than it was at 27? It was so much freaking harder. And girl twins? Woo, child. I wouldn't have did jack. But lay there and be fat. So much harder. And so I would go, with my arthritis and my back and my sciatic, and I had a couple of herniated discs. I couldn't work in nursing homes no more, y'all. I would heal over the weekend and go back to work one day, lifted on them old folks, and couldn't walk for the rest of the week. Let me get that saw file. But, let me show y'all again. Oops, there went early. She's going down. So you get the thickness of a regular acrylic. Let me just file it out to hand, shoot. Much easier. But yeah, I would go in and open at McDonald's at 4, I think they opened, 4 or 5. And I would work there until about 11:30, 12 o'clock. And then I would go down to Long John Silver's and work there till about 4 p.m. Well, he was real good, him and the kids, at keeping the house clean, and he'd make what he could make. Say she was going to knock us in the next week. Gwendolyn, girl, my son, my blue-eyed child, he caught himself dry snitching. He had a PO, because for whatever reason, these little girls' mamas would let my buckethead boy move in and sleep with their daughters. I don't understand, but okay. My grown boys know, don't bring no woman up in this house thinking she gonna spend the night and you ain't married to her. It ain't gonna happen. If you grown up to be jugging, you better be grown enough to get you a room. They don't even fix their lips. DJ tried to sneak one a couple times, and I caught him, but he was at the PO's office, and he was like, "Oh, she threw a lighter at me." I said, "Oh, that's how we doing, huh?" I said, "Well, boy, if you gonna tell it all." I said, "Trust and believe you me, son, I ain't gonna do nothing that I won't snitch on myself." I said, "And I threw a coffee cup and an ashtray and a bottle of Pepsi, and he run again, I'm gonna throw something else." I'm too old to be chasing children. And I used to fast pitch softball, so I got aim. I'm gonna hit you. If I want to hit you, I'm gonna hit you. If I miss, trust and believe you me, it's on purpose. Shoot. If he wants you, he can. But then my son, even though, we had beef, but I mean, I kind of get it, because at that point, I'd had the strokes, and in his 15-year-old mind, he was smelling himself. He had a little hair on his little lip, and he thought he was a grown man. Well, mommy ain't got to take care of me. I can take care of myself. And so it was just a full-on battle, and he had been living with the little broad that he was with for a couple of years when he turned 18, and they stayed together till 21, and it was a terrible, and I kept telling him, y'all don't have the same morals and values. You wasn't raised, you're cut from 2 different cloths. You're never going to get along. And he didn't understand that, and I said, okay, so say, just for the sake of argument, I said, Lord Jesus, don't let it happen, but for the sake of argument, say y'all have a little girl. And at 13, 14 years old, because she was 14 when her mama moved my son in, I said, say here she come with your daughter talking about they going to move her little boyfriend in. He was like, oh, no, hell no. I said, well, why is it okay for yours, or it's not okay for yours, it's supposed to be okay for mine? Now he gets it. At the time, he wasn't comprehending what I was saying, but now he gets it. But he's the best adult ever was, shoot. And I get it. I get his frame of thought. So there we have the ombre. And y'all see the thickness. Oh, Lord. Every time I get to a video, a live, Nyla get to barking. It never fails. Ooh, 4 girls. God bless you, honey. See. My daughter was a cage fighter. So she rough too. her boyfriend, well, her ex, God rest his soul, he caught himself, put his hands on her one time. She took an empty fifth, and when he bent that corner, smack! And we don't do the beating on women in this family. Ain't none of that now. But yeah, y'all, if you run out of monomer or you want it, because I know a couple of ladies that said, oh man, I wish I knew how to do acrylics. You can use any acrylic. These are wonderful, and you can get them on Young Nails for like $8, $9. I don't even think it's that much, y'all. I think it's like $7, $8. And when they have their sales and they're 30% off site wide, they're like $5 flipping bucks. They've got gobs and gobs and gobs of colors. Well, this one is pink one now. That's one I made, so we ain't gonna count him. I got probably a good 10, 11 of them. Yellow, orange, green. Where's that one? Had the glitter in it. The Princess Blitz. They got a bunch of Blitz. There's Kitty Blitz, Princess Blitz. I know that's right, Tori. Yep, nope, we ain't gonna do that there. So pretty. And you don't have to use all you need is a base coat. And like I said, I use a regular top coat that's not no wipe. So I get that sticky layer when I cover up the acrylic powder. And then I go in with a no wipe top coat on top of that. Then I buff, and then I put another layer of top coat. And you're still going to get the thickness. I'm sure there's a way to build an apex. I just ain't set on to try to figure out what it is yet. But let me see if I can find, I had that extra tip. If you get the tips that kind of have that apex structure in them, you ain't got to worry about that. And I know the McCart tips on Amazon, that's what I think these are. The pump ups. And I got a question. So I have some pump up this stuff. Hold on, I can't think of what the hell it's called. Let me just show you. I was thinking about because I got like 6 bottles, and I know one girl had said that it's discontinued. She can't find it anymore. And I've got, I think it's 6 or 8 of them, different colors, plumpers. Y'all think I should put one in the giveaway boxes since they're discontinued and you can't get them no more? I use it. It's a rubber base. I use it underneath my pop-off method to protect the natural nail, and my Latina sisters taught me that. Thank you very much, girls. Okay, so I will put a plumper in each box then. Y'all, I wanted to... Okay, so my whole business with this channel was not only for us to get on here, have a good time, chit-chat, chop it up, but I know all kinds of little tricks and hacks and stuff to... Oh, I wanted to show you all that cute one. We got 10 minutes. To do this type of business. And I want everybody... I know a couple of folks that doing nails, you know, they're like, oh, well, you know, you just paint it on. No, honey, you don't paint acrylic on, but... And it's a struggle. And so then they give up and they're like, screw that. And then, like, my one friend gave me like $400 worth of Kiara Sky products because she thought she was going to do nails. And then it just turned out to not be her one, too. But she's a teacher, and I don't think she had time for it anyways. And I'm like, you know, since these strokes, I done found ways. There was nothing they could do. Oh, 32 years old. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, baby. I want everybody to be able to love nails the way I love nails. I love nails. Had I not, well, none of the hearts are sticking. Well, I reckon we'll put this clear on and then stick the hearts on there. How about that? Huh. Imagine that. I guess they're too heavy. I reckon. Well, let me show you what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on there and just let the hearts fall as where they be. I just want everybody to be able to do nails. I love doing nails. My grandbaby, who will be 5, if I can quit hitting this camera stand, in February, she paint everybody's nails. Her uncle's getting their nails done. Everybody come through the door. I got her a nail polish. It's a kid's nail polish kit. It's one of them that's water-based, so you don't have to, it just peels off. And her uncles let her paint their nails. So, you know, people that... Yes, she is, Gwen, and you ain't got to worry about it. That's right. There's a passage that says, you know, when it's our time to go, basically. But it talks about when we get old, when the grinders are few, talking about the teeth, and the the blossom tree blooms. That's when we get gray hair and this and that. And we go to our forever home. The mourners walk the earth. Y'all, when our loved ones go home, they wouldn't come back here if they could. They don't want to come back to this place. They're restored. There's no more pain. There's no more suffering. There's no more nothing. Nothing. There's no sin. There's no evil in heaven. The mourners walk the earth. We miss them. We want to keep them with us. You know, and that's what that scripture is talking about. You go to your forever home in glory, and the mourners walk the earth. And the Lord lets our loved ones peek in on us from time to time. I tell y'all, one Christmas, all of a sudden, the baby, I think he was like 18 months old, he had an earache. And he's laying on my lap, miserable as he could be, on the couch. And Dad and the boys were in here in the dining room on the TV. What are you doing, Meech? Chapstick. Look in my makeup bag. There's a little pink book bag. There's like a little backpack in there. There's some Vaseline chapstick in there. Where are you walking to? The store? Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and put some more base coat on here. Now you may forget what I was talking about. Me, stack on it.
I didn't want to say anything.
I know, but I seen you looking for stuff. Oh, so all of a sudden it just smelled like my mom's house at Christmas. Like my dad's cigarettes mixed with the smell of my mom's food. And I'm like, I just blew it off. I ain't think nothing of it. And then my son asked me to take him to his grandma's house. And it's the next little, city over from ours in this county. And as we're driving past the cemetery, I'm thinking about my dad. My dad had been passed on for quite a few years at that point. Let me get some tweezers. I'm going to pluck some of these little pink hearts out of this and just put it where I want it to be. And I look down at the license plate in front of me, and the license plate says ERL. My dad's name was Earl. Now, I done smelled my mama's house. He's on my mind. The license plate in front of me says ERL. I know he was lingering around. I know it. Because there ain't no way in the world that smell just came in out of nowhere. It's like when you just smell perfume for no reason, it's the Holy Spirit. The first time I went home for Christmas, after Daddy died, my dad, if you fell asleep on the couch, he would kick the couch and tell you, get up off the couch and go get in bed if you wanted to sleep and quit tearing down his furniture. Or he would, in your face and wake you up. So I'm pregnant with my now 16-year-old, and I feel that thunk on the couch. I thought my kids were back there horsing around. Now, Daddy had passed away that Easter, so my mom wasn't doing too good, and she was staying in the bedroom. They was together 35 years since they were 19, besides their 2 break up and get back together extravaganzas, and which neither one of them lasted a full year, I don't think. And I jump up and look back here. There's nothing there. I'm like, all right. So let me put on something boring and lay back down here and go back to sleep. Because I've been driving all night. It's a 6-hour trip. And I always drive after midnight so the boys wouldn't be fussing and fighting and they'd sleep biggest part of the ways down there. And the next thing I feel, now my dad had one of them big 65-gallon fish tanks. Now I put base coat in the hearts and I'm going to put it back in the lamp. So the light from the fish tank pretty much illuminated the living room, dining room, kitchen area. Had a bar cutting it off from the rest of the other 2 rooms. And I feel that in my cheek. I jump up and turn around. Nothing. I'm like, all right, Dad. Christmas was his favorite holiday. I said, Merry Christmas. Get off and leave me alone now. You're freaking me out. And that was the end of it. So the Lord does let our loved ones peek in on us from time to time. I'll tell you something else freaky real quick. And there's just so many things that's happened that you can never tell me. I will never, ever doubt that there's a little, how for the longest I'd be like, man, what if I'm praying to the ceiling? Well, and you don't want to think it, but you think it anyway. I'll never think it again. Sean's sister passed away. Candy had been dead for what? 2 or 3 days, Sean, when I got that text? They couldn't get into her phone. She was 45 years old. She passed on. And her phone was locked. So their mama, nobody could get into her phone. Y'all, I get a text message on Facebook Messenger talking about what's up. I'm like, Sean, your sister texted me. I'm like, what the WTF? And nobody never did figure out what the world, how the world, who the world, because nobody could get into her phone. And ain't nobody ever been on her Facebook since then, or, nothing like that. I firmly believe that was Candy's way of letting me know she was all right, so I could tell her brother she was all right. Okay, now I would do the same thing, because this is kind of encapsulating y'all without encapsulating. What time is it? We got to be done at 7:30. Oh, it's 7:30. Let me hurry up, because she ain't going on until 8, but let me hurry up. So I would put this on. I'm long-winded, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't want anybody to have to choose between my live and one of my sister's lives. I want us all to get in on the goodness and see everybody's stuff. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to cure this. Let me just do it real fast. We can still 5 minutes. Because I know Marcy want to do her one, too. Her Thug Dizzle. We got to go over there and check that out. Fiddlesticks. I mean, it don't matter. 2 coats of whatever top coat. But you know how, like, when you're doing, I did these that way. I decided I want to put these hearts on after the fact. So I put some base coat, cured them on, top coated it, buffed it down, top coated it again. Bam. Hey, Lee, girl. Yeah, Marcy, what time are you going on at 7:30 or 8 o'clock? Because I hop out here, baby. It's your turn. Where'd you go? Oh, there she is. Marcy, what time are you doing? 7:30 or 8 o'clock. I can't remember what me and you talked about it, but I can't even keep the daggone time right, because it's only like 4:30 for Marcy. She's in a different location. But yeah, so see, it was just clear. No, I did. I put the right one on. Y'all, I'm batshit crazy. So that's it. I'm not going to buff it and do all that, because my girl, she got to get her goodness going. So yeah, easy breezy. And that's it. So starting next week, real quick, fast, in a hurry, I'm going to announce the giveaway and the rules and regulations on the 15th, which is this week on, today's the 13th, 14th, 15th. Is that Tuesday? No, that's Monday. So I'm going to announce it then. I'll come on live just for a little bit, maybe do a set for y'all, and announce the giveaway and the rules and regulations. Then next week, we're going to do the lives at 3 p.m. on Sundays. That way, if I'm going to church that week, I have time to get home and get ready. And that way, we all get a different day. So Sundays at 3 o'clock, we're going to have Sunday shenanigans with you, girl. Y'all come and see me next Sunday at 3 o'clock. I will announce it in the whatchamajigger, the community thing before then. Thank y'all for coming. I love y'all dearly. Your support, being on here, hanging out, having a good time, learning some new tips and tricks. I'm going to keep finding ways for us to do things to make our lives a little bit easier. And that's all y'all. Now let's go see what Marcy's got going for us. Hey, Jonah, I think you told me to say Jonah. Girl, I miss you so much. Well, y'all, let's hop over to Latina Nail Designs and check out her live, and I'm going to see you over there. Bye, guys. Well, I see you in a minute, so ta-ta for now.